What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Gotham Knights Villains trailer. And let me just say, it feels very good to even say those words out loud. We literally have been asking for specifically a trailer by the name of Villains trailer, and that's exactly what this trailer is actually named. So I'm very, very happy. Honestly, they did what I wanted them to do. They did it, I would say, in a smaller scale. Remember, my prediction was that, we had Mr. Freeze, we have Penguin, who is not really a villain, right? He's almost like a mentor. He's going to give you information. But, you have some of these. Obviously, you have the Court of Owls as the main villain. And I had said in a Villains trailer, I'm really looking for 3. I'm pretty sure that's the number I said. 3 villains. Give us it in the Villains trailer. And then any others will be surprises down the line, when we actually play the game. They did 2. They did Harley and they did Clayface. Both of them pretty solid in their own respect. I will say, for Harley, I'm a fan of the visuals. I really actually do like how she looks. I was pretty tough on her voice in the live stream. I was co-streaming Gamescom, and I wasn't a fan of her voice right off the bat. I will say, when she acts more bubbly, a little bit more unhinged would probably be the word, she does sound like your stereotypical, in a good way, I don't say that as a bad thing, Harley Quinn. I was not a fan of her when she's in the prison and she turns to you and she starts talking. But at the same time, and people did make a good point, we're so used to Tara Strong, and she really is, in my opinion, the best voice of Harley Quinn that we've ever had, that it's going to take a while, I think, to get used to this. But again, so I would say slight criticism there. Not a big fan of her voice when she was more calm. It sounded downright very bad. And then, when she was acting, I guess, more crazy, more her, and they were showing, her dressed up and stuff, that did sound a lot better. I will absolutely give them that. And she looked good. And I'm, obviously, Harley, you talk about the Joker argument of has he been overdone? You could make the argument Harley has been overdone. I wouldn't argue against anybody who has said that, right? That's kind of the thing with Joker, where it's well, he's been in them all. And then you think of Harley, and it's well, she's kind of everywhere. TV show, movie with Birds of Prey, and just movies in general with Margot Robbie. Harley is also kind of literally everywhere, maybe more than the Joker is. So having her in it, but then not having Joker is well, that's a little odd, because it's kind of the same reasoning why you wouldn't have both. But it's, again, it's fine that she's there. And then Clayface. Clayface looked awesome. I'm really, really happy. Obviously, the potential of what they can do with Clayface. I never really thought of Clayface all that hard when I was thinking of even returning villains. You could think even a Hugo Strange or a Firefly or a Hush. I mean, I could actually go through several that would just be on the top of my head, right, that we've seen before. And Clayface actually wouldn't have been. I don't even honestly know why, but I feel like he's one of the strongest ones from that entire group. So I'm really, really happy that they picked him. And not to discount, by the way, Mr. Freeze, because Mr. Freeze was shown several times in kind of locations, right? Like a corridor frozen and stuff. So they definitely tried to promote him. The Court of Owls. I mean, it was, the 2 new faces were Clayface and Harley. But really, it was a Villains trailer of 4. There was Court of Owls, Harley, Clayface, and Mr. Freeze. So I'm happy. I mean, and then in terms of the trailer itself, this was probably the best trailer they've ever done. I would easily give them full... Now, maybe it's not all that great to you, and I wouldn't say it's the greatest trailer I've ever seen for anything. I'm simply saying it is the best trailer, in my opinion, that Gotham Knights has ever done. Now, we'll see what happens. I'm going to be pretty interested to... I don't think they've posted anything on Twitter or anything, so hopefully this video is up to date. It goes back to what I was saying, right? So now we know 3 side villains in all, and then the 1 main villain in the Court of Owls, and then again, Penguin is more of an advisor. So you got 3. You have 3 side villains. How many more are there? At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if they cut it at 5 or 6. I wouldn't be happy with that, because I've always said 10. Maybe 10 is reaching, but 5 or 6 is, to me, not enough. So we'll see, how many they do. It's an okay strategy. It's fine to let us know 3 of the characters, and then if they give 5 new ones in the game, even 4 new ones, that gets you up to 7. Not that bad. In fact, that's actually pretty good. So we'll see how many there are in all, but I really don't want to change my mind that I think that 8 to 10 is a really good sweet spot. 7's fine, so maybe 7 to 10. If it's 6 or less, that's not fantastic in terms of the amount of side villains. And I don't know, I don't really know what the excuse would be, because I know obviously they didn't do Arkham Knight, but you think of Arkham Knight, and I think people are more than fine with having those be the level of detail and the level of interest that you give the side villains, and there are plenty of side villains in Arkham Knight. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up, and I hope to see you all on the next one.